Thanks to everyone here, and appreciate you perhaps staying on and hearing a little bit about Yellow Rocks Energy. My name is Marcel Hilmer. I am the CEO, but by chance I have been a CFO. I'm a chartered accountant by training. So the usual disclaimer, we have presentations if you'd like to get one and read through that. So what's our story? Well, Yellow Rocks Energy is a small, pure uranium play with assets in Africa. And so we are public unlisted. And so the important point to make here is that we don't have securities today, but we're going through the process of listing. We've got a pre-IPO coming up in December with a proposed plan of listing in the first half of 2025. So today I'll be talking to you about the people, the projects and the location. And let's start with the project itself here. Quite unique in this respect that we have a resource. So even though we're a young, small company, we have over 23 million pounds today, and with a second resource that we've acquired over 25 million pounds. This is a JORC compliant resource. And it is also a resource that we believe is open at site along the project, and it will grow. Because these sort of projects, which are low to medium grade, require a lot of pounds, and we think that's what we have. The team, well, I haven't spoken a lot about myself, but I'm a couple of times been referred to as an industry veteran, even though I'm so young, in uranium. And my experience started back with First Quantum Minerals back in the 2000s in base metals. But for the last 15 years, I've been CEO or CFO of listed companies that are in the uranium space, mainly in Africa. The uranium price fueling the growth. This is a supply and demand equation, and I think it's compelling today. If you believe in clean energy and if you believe in low emissions, then I think nuclear power is on everyone's table. Everyone's thinking about it. Well, the driver for that is uranium. So as part of the future, we need to look at the supply and the demand curve and how that will impact uranium. I'll get into that in a bit more detail. The valuation is underpinned by the project and its ability to be expanded. And lastly, we'll be mining in an established jurisdiction in Mauritania. I doubt many people in the room would know or had the pleasure of being in Mauritania before. I used to work in Mauritania with First Quantum. I have been there many times, and it is a good jurisdiction. It's a democratically elected government. It has fair and reasonable mining laws and regulations. It has a government that is mining friendly, and that's important in Africa, really important. So I think I will move on. So uranium price, well, that's been the big driver. When I first got into uranium, not long after we had a terrible tsunami, we all know about that, and the next 10 years we suffered as a commodity. Prices were floating between $18 and $25. Very little happened. Today, the price is about $90. It reached over $100 with a very good expectation that it will continue to go further north. Now, why is that? Why has this recovery occurred? Clearly, I've mentioned nuclear power has now been accepted. The days of talking about safety concerns and that are long gone. The days talking about saving the planet and having baseload energy that is clean, it points here. It doesn't go to coal, it doesn't go to gas, it doesn't go to wind and solar, although they have their place because they're not baseload, they're not reliable. Nuclear power is, and the world's now adopted it. And I'll add one more thing that's only just come about is AI. Everybody has heard of AI. The AI relationship to uranium, does anybody know that? Well, let me tell you, data centers. If you want to run AI, you need a data center, and you need approximately 10 times the power of whatever you've used in the past. Yesterday, Microsoft announced that they'd reached an agreement on 3 Mile Island to take all of their offtake to run their data centers. Today, all the major banks committed to a tripling of nuclear power in the US. The Morgan Stanleys, the big guys, putting over $1 trillion into it. So it's quite fortuitous for us this week that these announcements are coming out, because we were already on side with it. So the future looks very promising. Quickly on Mauritania, and also the investment. I have mentioned here, if you look to your right, the impact of emissions, and you can see quite clearly that nuclear is one of the lowest emitting forms of power in the world today. We are committed to ESG. I don't say that lightly, but I do know that every CEO I talk to is committed to it. We are early days, so we'll be working principally with the society. The environmental, there are no issues as far as we know. We still have to do work. What's the situation with demand? 62, now 64 plants under construction. 30 of those are in China. They're commissioning 10 new plants every year for the next 15 years. They've got 7 under construction in India, 4 in Egypt, 3 in Russia. It's a global thing. And the number that are proposed is quite significant as well. A little bit more about our project and its location within country. You'll see Mauritania is in the northwest of Africa, and you'll see that our project is also in the northwest of Mauritania. And this country, like all countries in Africa, has its challenges. And I've worked in most of them, not all of them, but many of them, including the DRC and Zambia and Namibia over a long period. What I enjoyed about Mauritania is the friendly environment, the safe environment, and a government that wanted us to succeed when we were there. The people want to learn, the locals, and they have, if you look here, a lot of the multinationals are already there and operating successfully. By chance, there's a company there listed, U₃O₈ Energy, ASX listed. Now, why is that? Why are we putting down another company in ours that are uranium? It's because they're now going into commissioning. So we're not the first cab. So, and we have a resource there of people and infrastructure and the like. So that's our project. I've referred to the resource, and I probably don't need to look behind. I've got it in front of me as well. I haven't got my glasses on, so bear with me a second. I've got 7 minutes. What I like about this project is the fact that it's open. And someone else did 9,000 metres of drilling. 9,000 metres. That's about 15 million. We acquired the project for a fraction of that. I won't go into this too much in terms of it, but I will point out to you that we've got 47 kilometres on strike. Now that is, in mining terms, with mineralisation. This is not just, oh, we think we might have a target here. We have mineralisation. In terms of growth and getting the pounds needed to make this economic, this is where we get the confidence from to progress this project. And we think that A238, currently at about 25 million pounds, will multiply over time. And there's the table. As I mentioned, it's JORC compliant 2004. We're upgrading that to 2012. This is our flowchart of works. Pretty stock standard. I don't think there's anything special about what we're doing. We're looking to expand what we've got. We're looking to expand along strike, looking for new targets. We'll be doing groundwork, some geophysical, a little bit of geochem, bit of radiometrics, etc. But the important thing is that we've got a use of the funds that we're raising through the pre-IPO and the IPO over the next 2 years. And we think that is an appropriate and frugal way to spend those funds. This is us. You can read about me. I'll point out Dr. Greg Shertiff, who is our geologist. Now, Greg is very important to the company because he's also our senior geologist, and he has a PhD in uranium. Don't hear too many people about with doctorates in uranium. He's worked for over 20 years, and he does all our DD and our assessment and analysis and our work programs. And we have other people. But what I'm trying to impress upon you today is that we have the team in place. It will grow, and we will need to engage with others, but we have the base there. What we're doing, how are we going to raise those monies is in 2 stages. Firstly, the pre-IPO, 12 cents That's not available today. We're only here today to let people know about Yellow Rocks Energy, who we are. But I wanted to give you a bit of an overview because I get asked that question every time I talk to someone. So we'll be raising about 750. These are $8. And then the IPO in the first half of next year to raise 6 million off 30 million shares at 20 cents. If there is interest in being made aware as we progress, just see me or give me your card and I'm happy to then put you on our list. And really, that's us. Thank you.